Right, so we managed to get some blackberries. Um, we did have a few down here. It didn't flowers. It didn't flowers, whatever. That much this year. Mind you, I've only had it since last year. I didn't get anything. It was really small and struggling and whatever. But this year, it just blew up. So those dried up, so I never got to eat those. But these here, I've only got one branch that's actually got fruit, and I've had maybe 3 or 4 blackberries off of it. So yeah, you see like how these ones are proper tiny. They just start swelling up like that one, then it would go black. It's nice. It's not my favorite. I mean, I'm glad that I've got it in the garden, don't get me wrong, but would I say I'm going to Sainsbury's to get some blackberries to eat? I don't think so. So yeah, these are the peppers. I don't know, it's going black. I don't know if it's because of the weather, but even in summer, a few of them will go in black anyways. So yeah, and that's spinach, which I should really pick and eat. These are the aubergines, which I don't think I did buy from the garden center, but I don't think I'm gonna get any fruit off of that this year. It's too small. It's not doing anything. That's apple mint. I'm giving you a photo of the garden now. That's apple mint that I planted from seed. Yeah, I don't know, the pot, I didn't water it for I think a day or two, maybe a day and a half, and it just started going brown and stuff, but it's coming back a bit. That's beetroot. I don't really care for beetroot, so I don't know why I've planted that, but yeah, that's there. I've rooted up all of the gherkins now, that's finished. And yeah, this is rhubarb, which I got from B&Q in the garden center. And yeah, these were the, well, they're still cherry tomatoes, but they're coming to an end now. That is Swiss chard, which I love so much, so tasty. And you can put it in almost anything, even eggs, whatever. There's some flowers here. I don't know, this year my garden was really weird. Yeah, and I don't want to say I hated it, but I didn't really come out and make it look pretty. I just planted the stuff. I spent the money, I planted the stuff, and I just left it. Like, because it was so much and I just couldn't control the growth. So I just said, I have the garden this year. I'm not even gonna bother. So yeah, this is, I think, well, not I think, this is onions. I thought it was spring onions. So I planted them really close. But yeah, it's onions, but I would still be able to use it. That's parsley, which since I've changed my diet, I don't really have need for it. This is coriander, which bolted so fast in summer, and it just seeded. So that's dried up. I don't know, it would drop off and create more trees. I don't know, guys. That's another tomato plant, cherry tomatoes. And that's another one. You see what I mean, guys? I planted them thinking, oh, they're gonna grow up off the ground and whatever. The tomatoes is literally, you have to search for it in the bush. So yeah, I was a bit put off. I don't think I made wise decision this year. Anyways, the gooseberry, I've had gooseberry once before, but this time I've had my own plant, which last year I planted. Something was eating it. I didn't really get anything off of it, obviously, because look at that spider, guys. I absolutely hate spiders. I can't even tell you how much they scare me. But yeah, we got some really good gooseberries off here. It took a while to like ripen, but once they were red, they were gorgeous. A bit seedy. That spider looks as if it's gonna attack me. I need to move. And that is black currant, which this is the second year and I haven't gotten a thing off of it. So I think I'm gonna move it because as you can see, guys, it's proper close together, and in the summer the gooseberry wants to spread itself out, and the black currant is not doing it hasn't done anything yet to make me think, it's worthy of staying there. So I'm gonna read up about it and see if I can actually dig that up and move it before spring next year. These are dying off now. I might pick those few today, and I don't want to waste anything, even though I've frozen lots of tomatoes and I've got some in the kitchen. I don't want to waste anything because I've paid for it. So anyways, this is celery that I've planted as well. Yeah, I've used some of it like in food and that, rice and stuff. But yeah, this is strawberries. I don't know what variety it is, but I did have in June and now it's flowering again. I didn't realize there was one there, and the snails, they've had that, so that's that. And yes, I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I can actually see some flowers, so that means we're gonna get strawberries. This flower here, guys, I did not plant that there. I don't know, I planted a few seeds in pots, but for some reason these flowers, they're popping up everywhere. I really don't know, but it's pretty. So yeah, this is red currant, which I planted earlier on this year, which the caterpillar worms or whatever, they've been eating it, guys, eating it. So that's the state of it currently. Next year, hopefully, like the very beginning of spring, it would get a chance to establish itself. These, I can't tell you what those are. There's some kind of flower, but I really don't know. So we've got some beef steak tomatoes. I actually bought this from B&Q. It had a yellow sticker on, so I got some nice tomato off of those. Very sweet and red and nice. We're still getting a few courgettes, guys. To be honest with you, last year and the year before, I planted courgettes and I took pride in my courgette plants. They were so big and nice. This year I hardly came out to pick courgettes. I did use some, but the state of the plant, you can tell, like, it wasn't cared for. So yeah, that's the thyme plant. And even in winter, I can come out here and get fresh thyme for my chicken dishes and stuff like that. So that doesn't die off in the winter, which I didn't know because I only planted that last year. This is the raspberry bush, guys. It is a mess. But I got so much raspberries. They were so big, so tasty. Some of them tasted a bit weird, not a lot. Like, the odd one was a bit, but yeah, these are gonna be cut back. I don't know, I need to check the book. I think they said either, I'm not gonna wait for spring, like February or whatever, like just before spring. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna do it next month, like ending next month, because I don't, yeah, it's just everywhere now. But it served its purpose. So next year in spring, it's gonna spring up again with new canes, and we're gonna get more fruit. Let me quickly, this I need to take to the dump. And guys, it's infested with spiders, some massive spiders, and I just cannot deal with spiders. I'm just so sorry. Like, I'm not even making it up. You don't understand. I just can't. I can't. They just scare me so much. But anyways, this is a bay leaf tree that I also got from B&Q, which, guys, these trees, these plants and these trees, they just make me feel so rich. Like, I can't even explain it. So in the winter I can come out here, and because I use this in like porridge, like oats. Yeah, so I paid £9 for this tree actually. Yeah, £9. And this plant here, this tree, it's blueberry tree. It's a blueberry tree. I don't know, you can, I had this, I've got four, but I've only been able to eat from one this year. I don't know what happened. Anyways, can you see a little one at the back there? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, the leaves are going a bit red, but I fed it. It's been green all summer. Like, once it got used to being here, I suppose. It was, so I'm thinking now it's because the weather is changing. But I've got stuff to feed it with anyway, so I'm not worried if the case is that it needs feeding. Anyways, that's the second blueberry tree. I didn't get anything off of that. It had lots of flowers and all of that, but it just dropped off. That one is giving me anxiety because the flower, I didn't get anything off of this as well, but the flowers, they were so small. I don't think the blueberries would be that big, like really tiny maybe. We've got a sweet pepper, bell pepper, whatever you want to call it, tree that the snails and the slugs, they've eaten, but it came back, so it's flowering. So I'm just leaving it. I don't know if I'll get anything. It can't hurt. And also we've got the beans, guys. Last year I had so much French beans. I was just boiling them and eating them just like that in the chair. This year I bought from the garden center, and yeah, for some reason I just didn't eat. I don't know, it just put me off the way how it looked. This is, I got 6 aubergine plants. One didn't make it. We've got 3 over there. We've got 3 over there and 2 here. These are slightly bigger, but like lots of the flowers, they kept dropping off. So at minute I've only got 1 aubergine. I don't know if you can see it at the back there, and it's not purple, so I have no idea what's going on, but we'll see. We've got a matter of weeks, so I don't think I'll be getting anything off of that before it gets really cold, that is. This is Moroccan mint. So I've got the apple mint, and I bought this one from a garden center. And yeah, it's going a bit weird now. It's gone to seed also, but next year I'm gonna get bigger pots, but they're not going in the ground because they'll just get out of hand. Yeah, so that is the garden really, guys. Also, I've got a lot of rubbish to take to the dump somehow. Anyways, this is broccoli. I actually thought it was cabbage, but then it was growing really tall and I was like, no, this can't be cabbage surely. But yeah, so it died, and I just stopped watering it like I just gave up really. And now it's coming back, so I'm gonna try, because I've also got a few strawberry runners that I've pinned down, so now there are plants in there, so I'm gonna leave it and see what's gonna happen. But yeah, and as I was saying with that flower, like, you know, I didn't plant anything in here, but for some reason they're in there. And those are more strawberry plants. So I've got, next year we'll be eating strawberries, guys, don't worry. I've got a lot even in here. Like, I'm gonna clip the runners off so that they're their own individual plants. And I need to read up, maybe trim the leaves off and cover them or whatever until spring. Also, guys, I'm just gonna show you this last thing. There's spiders everywhere. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting. Anyways, we've got another blueberry plant here. It's a weird angle. But yeah, it's growing really tall. I bought this one as a bare root. Oh, that spider's missing. Where did it go? Ugh. Yeah, I bought this one as a bare root plant, you know, like when you soak the roots and you plant it yourself. But it's not as small as those other ones which I bought as trees, like they came as a tree. So I don't know how tall this is gonna be or whatever, but next year I'm gonna plan between Christmas and like December and January. I'm gonna plan, because I'm changing up the garden slightly for next year, but we'll talk about that as plans develop. But for right now, guys, can you see the strawberry? It's just hanging in there, so I'm not gonna do anything to it. I'm just gonna wait for it to get big and ripe so I can eat it. So yeah, and this I don't know if you can see that plant there, that one. That is actually spinach that I planted last year, and I literally cut it down, but it's still growing. Sometimes, guys, I'm scared to eat these things. Like when they keep coming back, I'm scared to eat it. Or if it looks a bit weirder, I'm just scared to eat it. So some things will just be in the garden. It's edible, but I just won't eat it. I don't know. But anyways, guys, this is the garden. I'm gonna do the lawn this week. I would say on Saturday. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's it for the garden tour. So I'll catch up with you soon.